Hey y'all, Chelsea and Danny here.
Enjoy this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. This week on Today's Homeowner, we're helping a couple of handy homeowners pick up where they left off, making a better bathroom.
You know, I just kind of got as far as I could go, and it's just time to bring it all the way through to completion.
This house was built in 1979, and David and Tiffany England live here with their two teenage children, Zachary and Aaron.
When we first looked at the house, I didn't want it. He kept bringing me back over and over and over again, and every room needed wallpaper taken down, new carpet, new paint, and I just kept saying, no, it just looks like way too much work.
We have redone the kitchen. We replaced all the countertops. We painted the cabinets. We scraped the popcorn off the ceiling.
Lots of wallpaper removal.
Put in can lights in the living room. Did the stairs. We removed all the carpet on the stairs, put in hardwood.
What makes this even more impressive is that David only has one good arm to work with.
I was paralyzed in a motorcycle accident about 20 years ago. I was right-handed at the time and had to learn to do everything left-handed.
I am literally right hand.
Yes.
But the project we're about to tackle was actually started by Tiffany.
I recently redid the bedroom and painted the bathroom, brought in a new countertop, painted the cabinets, and you know, I just kind of got as far as I could go, and I hate the shower doors. No matter how much you clean, they still look dirty. And just, you know, we don't have a vent fan, and so the ceiling gets mildewy and moldy, and it's just time to bring it all the way through to completion.
So we're taking a look at the bathroom to see how we can address those concerns, tie the flooring into the adjacent closet, and dress the space up a bit. First of all, we can scrape the ceilings. I knew you told me before at one point that you eventually want all the ceilings.
Yes.
A lot of people do.
Yes.
So we can scrape the ceilings, which might prove to be a challenge since you've painted them.
I know, I'm sorry.
So we'll get the dynamite out and we'll do what we need to do with that. And then crown molding would be nice in there. That would kind of help
that would be
dress
beautiful.
it up a little bit in both, small areas. And then on the shower door, taking the shower door off, no problem at all.
Love to do that.
Dealing with the holes there, what we could do there is maybe get some accent pieces.
Okay.
Maybe even go and take a few others out to make it really look intentional.
Oh, okay.
And then we can put some decorative accent pieces in. Cover that
I like
up.
that. I like
And
that.
then as far as the floor going into the closet, no problem there. Y'all were smart to save some of that.
I just got tired of putting it down.
And you didn't want to take all those shoes out of there to have
That's
it.
right. Well, that's true too. My shoes are all squished over into the corner to make room for all of her shoes. She does have somewhat of a shoe fetish.
I've got all the information I need. We'll make a few orders here, and really probably about a week. We can get back together and get you guys involved.
I'm
and,
excited.
And have a lot of fun with it. So when we return, we clear out the rooms, cover up the floors, and Alan gets David ready to start scraping ceilings.
We'll suit up, and then we'll tackle this
it?
dry scrape first.
Oh, okay.
Reason why, we've got paint in here, so we want to break that paint layer first, and then we're going to saturate it with something else.
Okay, great.
Dry scrape it first.
That something else is a formula Tiffany and I are mixing up in the kitchen.
So just fabric softener is what you use?
That's all we need for this, and just about a quarter of a cup for the 2 gallons. And what it basically does is it keeps the water from evaporating. The key thing is this hot water. All right, we got the stuff ready here.
Okay.
And she is ready to spray.
Good, good, good.
All right, well, what is all that in there? What is all that?
That's a little mold.
Mildew, bubonic plague.
No, it's not.
That's probably the worst one I've ever seen.
No.
Pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
No, it's not.
Once Tiffany sprays a small section over the tub, she moves to the outer room. In the outer room, David is using a handy scraper we found from Homax, which includes a frame for holding the bag to catch all of the mess.
Yeah, this is really coming off easy.
Here, rub it in.
Mine's almost done, Alan. What about yours?
No comment.
All right, I got mine done. What about you?
Man, I am so close. I am so close. Close to leaving.
Come on.
This is awful.
I thought you were supposed to be a professional. Oh, it is actually.
It's
starting
actually
to come
coming off.
through.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a flat surface in a lot of areas, so it'll take a little extra time, but we'll get it.
I'm remodeling a bathroom and I'm switching over all the fixtures and fittings from polished brass to brushed nickel. But rather than buy all new door hinges, I simply remove the hinges from the door jamb, and I'm going to use a bench grinder and a wire wheel to buff off the brass finish. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes to get all the finish off, but I'll show you after just a few seconds how the brass finish is off, and you're starting to get down to the bare metal. Here's a hinge leaf I did earlier. The brass is completely gone. I didn't bother doing the backside because that's going to go against the mortise on the jamb. But when you're done with getting all the brass off, then you get a clear coat of acrylic, spray on 2 coats to prevent it from rusting. And when you're done with the hinge leaves, don't forget you have to clean up the heads of each hinge pin as well.
We're helping David and Tiffany England finish updating their bathroom, and so far we've only had a couple of small glitches.
Well, you should never step in the middle of the toilet seat. You should always step on the rim. You know, our bathroom is rather small, and I was trying to reach over and help scrape the ceiling and stepped in the middle and broke it.
The other glitch was that one of the ceilings had been painted.
The ceiling that we had painted with kills is much more difficult to scrape off than the other one. The other one came right off, and here I was thinking I was being the pro and Alan was slacking, but Alan actually had the painted ceiling and it was very difficult to scrape off.
He's still sanding, and now you're done. So he's
right.
still up working.
This is why you wear eye protection, mouth protection, nose protection.
Now that the texture is gone, I'm setting up our electrician Wayne to add a new Braun bathroom vent fan for David and Tiffany. Besides the light, this one also includes a motion sensor. That will ensure that we remove the moisture in this room that's causing all of the mold. While Wayne takes care of the fan, I'm smoothing out the drywall to get it ready for paint. Meanwhile, Alan and David have made their measurements and are getting the crown molding ready to go up.
What's the finer part of doing this? I've never been able to figure out the trick.
It helps if your mind's warped like mine because you have to think upside down and backwards. So think about it. Typically, here's a piece of crown the way it's on the wall. We're going to turn this upside down. Our angles are going to flip to the other side, and we're putting this against the fence of the saw with 2 sides down and here so that you've actually got something square to cut off of rather than trying to cut it like, you know, like it would be on the wall and hold it the right way.
In the middle of all of this, Tiffany's friend Shannon drops by,
I'm gonna sucker you into helping me do all these doorknobs.
and the two of them start their own project.
See, this is why I invite you to come.
I know. I always have a project when I come to the Englands.
Back in the bathroom, the ceilings are done, so Alan and David can begin installing the crown molding.
You said caulk fits everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want to stand on the toilet seat?
Some of these corners are not exactly 90 degrees, so Alan's using shims to pry out the molding slightly to tighten up the joints. Later, the caulk will cover the shims. Now we need to turn our attention to the closet floor. David's going to show me how to install hardwood because I heard he's pretty proficient at it.
Very good at it.
So, but the only thing, we've got a lot of shoes to remove here.
Oh, no. I don't know. Those aren't shoes.
Actually-
that's a collection. This is a work of art.
There's only like 4 shoes that David has over here. And then there's...
He only has 4 outfits.
Well, okay, well, I'm going to let you do that.
I'll clean them out.
Now for my pair. All right, that's it.
When the closet is clear, David and I can remove the carpet, clean up the plywood subfloor, and begin installing the same pre-finished hardwood flooring that was used in the rest of the house. This isn't the thin engineered wood that you install with glue. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, so we're using a pneumatic flooring gun to nail it all down. When you strike the plunger, the gun fires a nail through the tongue of the wood and forces the boards tight against the adjacent one.
All right.
Just in time. I need you to mark some tile. What we want to do is decide which tile we want to pull out, but here's the challenge, and this is why I'm glad you're here, because I don't want to make this decision.
Oh.
If you notice, they started with a partial tile.
Yeah.
There's a full tile here, so nothing you do is going to match up.
My whole house is crooked.
Yeah, well, if you take a shower like this, it'll be fine. Everything looks good.
That's what's wrong with us. We've been on a slant for 13 years. I thought we were taking this down.
Do you want it down?
I think you bought me a new one.
Yes, I did.
I was gonna say, didn't you get a new one?
Okay, Shannon says she can cut. You think it's safe enough to try that?
It's your salt.
Okay. Be careful, you got safety glasses?
Yes.
No,
I'm only-
you don't do that. Tiffany seems to have a habit of roping Shannon into her projects.
I've helped do porches, paint walls, scrape popcorn ceilings, so I always know that there's a project to do when I come to visit.
Apparently with good reason. She knows her stuff.
Christmas, my husband bought me my very own compound miter saw, and so I'm very comfortable cutting wood, molding, trims, all on my own. I don't need his assistance anymore.
While we finish up this floor, why don't you check out this week's best new product?
Toilets today have a lot of new innovative features that make it easier for the homeowner, easier to clean and also easier to maintain. Well, American Standard has incorporated a lot of those new features with this toilet right here. This is the Champion 4 Max. Now, first of all, it's got a 2 3/8 inch trapway and a 4-inch flush valve. What does that mean to you? It just means that it virtually eliminates the ability to get clogged. But it also only uses 1.28 gallons to flush the toilet, so it's very efficient. Another thing that it has the ever-clean surface inside the toilet bowl, so it's easier to clean because mold, mildew, and odor-causing bacteria cannot grow on the sides. It also has the ADA-approved tall height, and it has a slow close lid, so these are just nice features that come already compact in this one toilet to give you everything that you would ever need.
Tiffany and David's bathroom is really coming together. The ceilings have been scraped, the new vent fan and crown molding have been installed, the old shower door has been removed, and Tiffany has identified the tiles she wants to remove.
She'll put some tape on, she'll move a piece of tape, move another piece of tape, put more on. It's a lot of fun watching her. Once she decides, yeah, I'm ready to take them out.
Alan's using a grout scoring tool to scrape out the grout before chiseling out the old tile so that they can be replaced with new ones.
Put it on and give me some ridges like that.
Okay.
And that's buttering it. I gotta tell you, I'm tickled to death. I love it. It looks good, and I like the pattern that Tiffany finally agreed on.
Okay, last one. All right, this is it.
It was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be, and I kind of look forward to tackling the other bathroom.
Thankfully, Tiffany's tub is a neutral white and it cleaned up really well. In situations where you have an odd color, it's expensive to replace an entire tub. A more economic solution is changing the color with a one-part spray-on epoxy finish like this one from Homax. Preparation is the key to success with these refinishing kits. The tub surface has to be completely clean before you begin. And because it's an epoxy, the timing of each coat is very important. If you follow the directions carefully and don't cut any corners, you should have a new finish you can be proud of. Now back at David and Tiffany's, it's time for the last few finishing touches.
Just watch, you'll come in and say something smart.
All right, we'll come in here and do some important stuff instead of just whatever y'all are doing over there. But this does look pretty good. You did a good job, Tiffany. Really good job on this. But all right. We're upgrading the trim on the plumbing fixtures in the bathtub to polished nickel to cap off this makeover. When you do this, it's important to know the manufacturer of the fixture so you can get the trim that fits with what you have. Meanwhile, Alan and Tiffany are busy replacing that toilet seat that fell victim to David's foot on the first day.
David, did you want to keep this and maybe frame it, or?
Put it out there in his crooked corner.
Yeah, we can hang it at the crooked
Yeah, we'll
corner.
hang it outside.
There you go, hang it in the crooked corner.
The only room that I get to put stuff up in, as a matter of fact.
Beside updating the plumbing fixtures, we're also adding new towel bars and accessories.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you.
I don't see it.
Look at that pretty
This is
thing.
kind of like a cartoon house. Oh, very nice.
Which end do you want to go in the wall?
The right end.
In addition to the new shower stem, we're also installing a new magnetic handheld shower head for mowing.
You show what I'm talking about?
Oh. Oh, wow.
You take it down?
Yeah.
So there's no hook to break.
Yes. To break.
Right, yeah.
Keyword there.
Yeah.
So no, not one hanging down all the time. Yeah.
That's really neat. I like it. Once we finish changing the plumbing trim and adding accessories, Alan gets to work scraping the old grout in the surround so he can re-grout the whole surface. This locks in the new tiles and refreshes the look of the surround. While that's happening, Tiffany begins putting the closet back together, but there seems to be an issue of space.
He has space in the closet. He's got ample space for his belongings.
Tiny, tiny space. It's taken up by your shoes and clothes. I have a very limited amount of space.
Yes, the garage is your closet.
Okay,
This is my closet.
I'll take it. Okay, that's fair.
I just cleaned my closet.
So that means whatever I
Go
put,
clean your
but
closet.
you will not tell me what can and cannot go in the garage.
As long as my carpet's in there.
Okay,
That's all
that's
I
fair.
care about.
I'll take it.
When the grout is dry, the bathroom is complete, and we can start putting it all back together. While we're at it, we've given Tiffany some wet and forget shower spray to keep the tub and shower looking as good as it does today, without tons of work. You simply spray it on the tub, fixtures, the enclosure, even the shower curtain. There's no scrubbing or wiping. You just rinse it off the next day, before or during your shower. When people remodel bathrooms, they often ask if they have to prepare the floor at all before laying ceramic tile. The answer depends on what is beneath the finished flooring or the subfloor. If the subfloor is a concrete slab, there is very little preparation necessary. You simply scrape off any old adhesive or paint residue and clean the surface before applying the thin set adhesive that will secure the new ceramic tiles. If the subfloor is wood, it will need to be covered with cement backer board first. Wood and masonry materials expand and contract at different rates, so the backer board creates a continuous surface that will move with the tile. After it is nailed or screwed to the subfloor, the seams are covered with fiberglass tape. Then those seams are covered with thin set adhesive. Once all of this is dry, you're ready to apply more thin set for laying the tiles, just as you would have on a concrete slab. David and Tiffany's bathroom renovation hadn't quite crossed the finish line when we arrived. The new vanity and paint scheme were great, but the shower door was showing its age and the lack of ventilation had made the ceiling a moldy mess. The beautiful hardwood floors in the vanity area stopped at the closet door, and the whole bath seemed to be begging for just a little more attention. Removing the moldy textured ceiling created a smooth, more modern look, but installing the new crown molding added an extra level of elegance to the room. And since we added a ventilation fan, the problems with mold should be a thing of the past. The hardwood floors that ended early have been extended into the closet, giving it a cleaner look and the appearance of a lot more space. The updated trim on the plumbing fixtures disguises the age of this room, as does the updated door hardware that Tiffany added. The shower door started the whole process, and with it gone, we had the opportunity to add those black accent tiles to cover the mounting holes. The plan worked perfectly and turned a liability into an asset. In fact, it's become the focal point of the room.
I was shocked at the difference that replacing a few tiles here or there made in the bathroom. Without replacing the whole thing, it really gave it a new look working with what we already had in place. It's amazing at the transformation and the difference doing things here or there can make. I'm
really thrilled. I feel like I've, really come full circle with the project. When I signed up for the show, I just said, I'm just not done. I'm not done yet. I want my floors in the closet done and just these shower doors. And so I'm happy to finally feel it's 100% complete.
So how's that for a solution for removing a shower door in a ceramic wall? I'll tell you one thing, Tiffany absolutely loves it. Every week I talk about how much fun we have working with homeowners, doing projects on their homes. I'll tell you what, this week was no different at all. Tiffany and David worked so hard on their home, and even with the physical limitations that David has, he is fearless. This has really been a great project. I hope we were able to share with you a few things you can use at your house for those little bitty interior enhancements. And I hope you'll be back here next week to see us on Today's Homeowner. I'm Danny Lipford.
Yeah, see, this is the best game. You only need one hand.
No pressure.
Thanks Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to like, comment, and hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified of new videos.
And be sure to click around and watch some more videos while you're here.